Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Colleen and I am pleased to welcome back my old friends that have been hanging around with me for quite some time now. And I really appreciate you continuing to watch and comment and subscribe and do all the things you do that make my day bright. Every time I open up my phone and there's a new comment, I'm excited to read through it. I hope that I haven't missed yours if you've been sending comments. I try to get them all, but as you can appreciate, there are a lot, and I always hope I get everybody, but I know that sometimes I miss some. So anyway, today I am going to work on a really simple dish. I actually found this dish, and when I looked it up online, I found it's been made by so many people, but with lots of different twists. So I'm going to give it a go today. It is called Hamburger potato casserole, and who doesn't love a good casserole? And this one had simple ingredients, things that you would probably find right in your pantry and in your freezer. So stick around, folks. I'll be right back after this and we'll get started on this hamburger potato casserole. I have here a pound, or approximately a pound, of ground beef, and this is lean ground beef, which is what I almost always buy, is lean ground. So it is a little more expensive than your regular ground beef, but I find I don't have to drain it as much. And today I'm going to use my electric frying pan over here. I'm just going to get it started. Let's see. And I don't think I need to add any fat to it, so I'm just going to crumble up the hamburger into the pan. Now, noise always seems to be a problem. I need to cook. It's a cooking channel, and frying seems to be a bone of contention for some because you're having trouble hearing me. But for the rest of the videos, we don't have any problems. So I ask those of you that are having a bit of trouble hearing me to just hang in there, and we'll get through this together. So I have a medium smallish onion. I'm just going to dice it up, and I'm going to add this to the beef behind me. And so far, this seems like a really simple and easy dish. I should let you know right now too that I've started my oven. I have it set to 375 degrees, which I did by just guessing. I really should check the recipe. Yes, 375 degrees. So let's put the onion in this pan. This is all going to go in the oven afterwards. So basically we're putting it in there to cook for a while, so we don't have to worry about the hamburger or the onion being completely cooked through. Now, I have before me a bunch of ingredients. I have some garlic and onion powder, some sour cream, milk, cheddar cheese, and cream of mushroom soup. I just want to try and get everything out here and then we carry on. I'm going to spray a 9x13 inch pan, and I do that with all casseroles actually. Give them a bit of spray or a bit of grease because it makes for a much easier cleanup. Okay, which step next? Well, I have potatoes that I've washed up here, and these are yellow potatoes. I was going to take the skins off, but I think I'll just trim them as I go along. And I'm going to slice them into about maybe a 1/4 inch slice. I'm going to be removing the little ends. Should have got a bowl for the ends. And the recipe calls for 4 medium-sized potatoes, but all of my potatoes are pretty small. So I'm going to about more than 4. I kind of did the old-fashioned dozen thing. I took 2 small potatoes for each medium potato, and then I added 2. So I actually have a little more than the recipe called for, but I think it'll be worth it. I'm going to stop part way because we're supposed to line the bottom of this pan with potatoes and they can overlap. This is a stacked dish. And we do have a number. This is a stacked dish, and we do eat potatoes here, so I'm not afraid to add a few extra. And it seems like there's always an extra mouth to feed, so if we don't eat up the whole thing, then we prepare it into a container, and it goes in my husband's lunch. And he appreciates having the homemade meals when he's on the road. He has a way to heat them up, and so have fresh homemade meals while he's out on the road. So folks, today it's such a beautiful day here where I live. It is warming up a bit, and yet we still have clear skies and the most beautiful blue sky today. It kind of gives you hope that the snow and the cold can't last much longer. And we are, I think, ready for winter to be over. While I'm doing these potatoes, I should ask, are you a potato skin on kind of person or potato skin off? I like them with the skins on, and my husband prefers them with the skins off. So sometimes we have to compromise. I'm going to start this off and just get this layer of potatoes going, and see what this all is going to look like. See if I need more or less. They can overlap. I think I'm going to need all the potatoes I got out, and I might need a couple more besides. Let's see. I just really wanted to give you kind of an accurate measure, or as close as I could get. So I think I'm going to need all the potatoes I have out. So I'll keep cutting. I'm going to stir this, and then I'm going to shut it off. That'll take some of the noise away, shutting it off. But here I am still making noise, slicing potatoes. This dish, if it goes together as fast as I think it's going to go together, would be a treat any day of the week. And it has all really simple ingredients in it, ingredients that we certainly do enjoy. We, like everybody else, we're feeling the crunch, and groceries are more expensive, and so we all need to be, you know, more mindful of how we spend our grocery money. And that means making some budget meals like this one. But there are so many different ways you can spruce this dish up. I had a look at some that were done by other people, and they added vegetables to it, which I might just go scour the refrigerator and see, or the deep freeze, and see what I have for vegetables that might fit in here. And so you could really make it an all-around meal and not have to cook another vegetable too, so that would be great. Okay, hopefully that's enough. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to save all these potato ends for my soup bag and that onion skin over there, but for now I'm going to set it aside because I might need that board back. Okay, now the last thing to go together is the sauce that goes on this. And we need to make just a bit of sauce to bring everything together. I have 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. Feel like you could use, I haven't tasted this yet, but I feel like you could use probably any cream soup. Cream of celery might be good. Let's see, what other cream soups could you use in this? I bet you could even twist it, use tomato soup in it, and give the dish a whole different flavor profile. Don't want to bang that because I know it's annoying for you on the other end. Get that away. So that was 1 can of soup. We need 1 cup of sour cream. And I'm opening a new container. And I'm going to spoon it into my measuring cup. Oops, that was a little messy. I love sour cream in dishes like this, so I'm sure that I'll like this. Okay, and into the mix it goes. And last but not least, we need a 1/2 cup of milk. There we go. And there we go. And that goes. Now we're going to spice this up a little bit. I'm going to take out the spoon because I don't need it at this very moment. Get rid of the can opener. Clear up some space. We're going to need some salt and pepper, which I need to get out of the cupboard. And I'm going to lightly salt and pepper that first layer of potatoes. I'm going to whip up this mixture here. Probably should have gotten a bigger bowl because I feel like I'm going to mess this up. Goodness. I'm wondering if any of you have tried this, or if it's any kind of a dish that you would try. Okay, let's get rid of the whisk. Bring back that spoon. And I'm going to pour in. I'm going to pour it all over apparently. I don't think the lid went on this properly last time. This is a teaspoon of onion powder. And I'm going to add a teaspoon of garlic powder. Whoop, that was pretty generous. Now I feel like at this point you could also add some regular cloves of garlic that had been diced really fine, because there is a difference in the flavor of the garlic powder and the fresh garlic. So I think you could add both of them without causing any issue or making it too garlicky at all. I think they hit different notes. Okay. I didn't do too bad, but I did do a bit of a spill here. Okay, so now we need to get the hamburger. And let me find something to get it out of the pan with. Maybe just a flipper. Now, we're going to, oh, maybe I won't even need it that much. Dump the hamburger mixture into the casserole. And you could do this in a casserole. I'm doing it in a baking pan. Oops. Ooh, causing myself some anxiety there. I hope you didn't worry. And we're going to spread this out. So this is our meat layer. And I'm going to add some cheese to this. Now I think this cheese needs to go in 2 different applications, so we'll just put on, it says we need 2 cups in total. So I feel like a good handful is probably a cup, so I've probably done that already. And then I'm going to add on the, I want to call it the soup mixture, but it's actually kind of a gravy, isn't it? Brings everything together in the dish. Now some of the comments that I saw were that some people use, instead of going to the work of cutting up your own potatoes, they use hash browns. Others use potatoes, but they cube them and par cook them so that it doesn't take as long in the oven. So there's lots of ways that you can modify this dish. I think, you know, once you get the basics down, there's so many things you could do with it. So hopefully this will inspire you to work with what you have and modify it to your family's taste. And now here we go, the last layer of potatoes. And on they go. I'm kind of curious about this. If maybe it wouldn't have been better to do the layers and then just to add the cream sauce or the gravy or whatever you want to call that layer. Add it on the top of everything before the final bit of cheese. But again, once you've made it a time or two, you can easily modify it. If you were going to add vegetables to it, I would definitely add them at the same time that I added the meat, so that they're underneath the sauce part. Now look, this potato is going to come out pretty darn good, I think. I'm not going to waste these. I'll just add them along here to use them up. We can't afford to be wasting, for sure. This one is just too fat. I'm going to cut it. And so just cut that last little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to salt and pepper lightly these potatoes. Probably more pepper on this application than the bottom one. And I'm going to top it with cheese. And it's got all the makings of a great dish, don't you think? Now, at 375 degrees, I feel like you're going to need to watch it. It says on the recipe that it should be in the oven for 45 to 50 minutes to cook the potatoes through. So maybe another time I would pre-cook the potatoes just to see what a difference that would make. Not that I mind that it's in the oven for 45 to 50 minutes. I'm just thinking that maybe the cheese would get too brown. So I'm going to keep an eye on it, and if it looks like it's going to get too brown, I'm going to lay a piece of foil over the top of it to reflect some of that heat away. And hopefully everything comes out beautifully. Anyway, I think I've got everything. I hope so. I feel like it's a little too late to go back now if I didn't. Cheese, check. Salt and pepper, check. Powder. Onion, garlic, milk, sour cream, mushroom soup, potatoes, beef, and onion. And it's all in there. So I'm going to put it into this 375 degree oven, and I'm going to set a timer so that I can check it in 40 minutes to see where the potatoes are, and to check to make sure that we're not getting the cheese too brown on the top. I will be back with the finished result. Oh my gosh, look at how delicious that looks. It's just a bubbling away. So I had the timer set for 40 minutes. And at the 40-minute mark, I tested the potatoes and they were still not quite there. But I didn't want it to get too brown on the top. So I just took a piece of tin foil, I sprayed it, I laid it on top like this, and then let it go for another 10 minutes. So the dish went for a total of 50 minutes in the oven, and I think it looks splendid. Now that I smell it, I bet you it would have been really good to add some thyme leaves to it. I bet that would have been delicious. Anyway, it smells so good. I'm going to let it rest here for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then I will cut out a piece and let you know how I feel about this dish and whether or not we should make it again. I'll be right back. Well, this smells so good. I can hardly wait to dig into it. It's rested about 10 minutes, and I feel like it's not going to make, you know, a pretty cut presentation, but I can pretty much guarantee that it's going to be delicious. So let me grab a fork. It's still really hot. You can probably see it steaming. I'm just going to move this out of the way and bring this out here so you can see. It turned out beautiful. Now, let's go for the bite. I just don't want to get burned. I'm already imagining what it's going to taste like and what I could do to it next time. Oh, definitely. You won't be sorry if you make this dish. It's really good. I really like the creamy part of it. The cheese is perfectly melted. Everything blended really well together. And this didn't take much time to make. It's a quick, easy dish. It's budget friendly. And it's one I think you'll make over and over again. I know I will. If you've enjoyed today's video, please give it a like. Share it with your friends on your social media. If you haven't subscribed already, please do that. And I love hearing your comments, so leave some of them behind as well. Until next time, folks, I hope that you're all well and happy, and I will see you again soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.